Today I am going to take some of my cannas out of containers, and then I am going to just cut off the roots, put them in boxes, and store them for the winter. And this is what I'm left with. I'm going to save this. I might trim this up next year in the winter, but I'm just going to put this in a box, and I'm going to store it in my basement in a nice dark place, and then I'm going to try growing them next year. Last year I just left them by a windowsill, and they died off, but then in the spring they came back, and they actually had some seeds, and I planted some of the seeds. So that's all I'm going to do with this one. I'm going to try to kind of find the best method for keeping these and taking them. Okay, and I cut them off, I dug them up, and now I am just taking a hose and I am spraying all of the dirt out of them, so they're nice and clean. Okay, so I washed the canna bulb, and then as I was washing it, I just kind of would pull apart, a piece like this where I could see two of them. I would pull it apart, and then I got all of these different pieces. So we'll see how we do next year. I have another canna up there, but it is not in a pot, so what I'm going to do is wait until our frost yellows the leaves and kills them, and then I'm going to dig that one up and do the same thing. I might even test just throwing it in the box with the dirt and then putting it in the ground next year and seeing what happens. I am interested to see if you can do that versus washing and splitting them all. I have some friends that just dig it up, throw it in a box, and put it in a cool spot. I think above about 40 degrees, and it's safe. So I've gotten all of these put out, and now I'm in my basement. And what I'm going to do is these just need to dry out a little bit. And so I don't want them to get too wet in this box. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of line them up here. This is going to be a rack where I grow things this year. I just put it up. I'm going to get some grow lights. But for now, I'm going to set these out so they can dry for a couple of days. And then I'm going to put them in the box and put them away for winter. And we'll see how they do. And then the one in the yard, I think I'm going to take it, and I might just wash some of the dirt off or just put it in a box and see how it does and does a comparison, because if it does just as good, I could see if I was selling them, I might want to wash the dirt off so I don't bring anything from my yard into somebody else's yard. But if I'm going to just put it back in my yard, almost in the same spot that it came from, then it would be a lot easier just to take them out, dig them up, put them in a box. I have the space, so why not? But anyway, I'm just going to lay these out here and kind of let them dry, and then I'm going to put them in a box and store them for the winter. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hello, hope you're having a good day. So my canna has turned all dark brown now, and in the last video I took it out and I rinsed all the roots and I split them all, and this time I'm just going to dig this out of the ground, and since I'm going to probably put it back in my ground, I don't sell them or anything, I'm just going to put the roots in the box, and I'm going to see which method, or if both methods produce the same result. Because if they produce the same result, then I don't see why, if I'm just putting something back into my own yard, I couldn't just dig it up, put the roots in, and then put it back the next year instead of freezing my butt off and trying to wash all the roots. So I'm just going to go around the canna plant. And then knock some of this dirt off of it, maybe. There's a bunch of bulbs in there. And then cut off the excess. These I might have to have a different tool for. They're a lot thicker. So, oh, I got that one. I'll cut this one off a little higher. It is thick. All right. So there we go. So we just have this huge mass of dirt and roots, and I'm just going to put them in the box for the winter, and next year I'm just going to come out. I might split it so that I have a few more, but I'm just going to see if this works just as good as rinsing it all off and putting it away. It will take up more space, but I have plenty of space. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Okay, so I'm in my basement, and as you can see, these are really wet. They've been outside and they're just really mushy, really wet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave this open for now and let this kind of dry out. And once it dries out, I think I'll just put it in a bigger box because this one won't quite close. So I'll put it in a bigger box, and then I'll just leave it for the winter. It stays about 70 degrees in my house. I think that between 50 and 70 degrees is good for canna bulbs, so we'll see how it goes next year.